All right, good morning, everyone. It is 8:28 in the morning of October 29th, 2021, and this is my trading strategy session. So today we have a large cap with the name TEAM, TEAM, and right now, if it opened right now, according to my level 2, it would open up at, if it opened up right now, it would open up at 10.3%. TradingView has it at 9.75%, so there's a little bit of a discrepancy there, but it's okay. It reported earnings, and earnings revenues are up, earnings per share is up, and guidance is up. So this is just kind of the same strategy I keep applying. I love earnings season. So essentially, I'll wait until the open, and then I mark off the open with a dotted line, and then if let's see here, let's put that retracement. So easy to tell, 458. If it opened right now, it would open at 458. And so basically, I wait for one of three scenarios to play out. So if the stock opens up and dips down below its open and then pushes back above its open again, I'll buy at the opening price, just above the opening price, for the push higher past the open. The other strategy is really quite similar to this one. Let me get oh, there it is. Okay. I'll keep it down there. Okay. And so the other strategy is really quite similar. So if it opens, drops down below, I use the 75% level. That's not a Fibonacci level. This right here, it's 75%. I've forgotten what the Fibonacci level is. I think it's like 78. I really can't remember, but or 77. Anyway, if it makes this move, then I will look for an entry. Let's see if I can put an arrow on it. Let's see, I will look for an entry as it crosses back above the Fibonacci right there. That would be an entry for me. And I'm looking, on this one, I'm looking to take some profits at the opening price. And I might leave some on, like if I say I have a 200 share position in the stock, I'll let go of 100 shares at the opening price and then wait and see if it can break through higher for the rest of the day, or if it can break through higher above its open and continue going for another few percentage. I mean, that would be the optimal occurrence there. And then so the other one is if it starts really like coming down, I will put in an average here. I will attempt. Sometimes it happens so fast, it can't be really done. But if it starts like dipping down, then I'll stagger a position. I'll stagger, say, this stock is pretty expensive, and it's going for 400. And if it opened right now, it'd be $458 per share. So I could probably, with my risk tolerance, I can probably only actually average in to 20 shares in accordance with my trading portfolio's value, in order to be able to mitigate risk quickly in case this thing turns away from me and starts going away. I've got to minimize the losses, maximize the gains. So I would probably only get into about a 20 share position, but I would average in, say, I don't know, 5 shares between 442 and 437. I would buy 5 shares. What is that? Every $1.25 roughly, or $1.50, starting at the 61.8 fib and then ending at the 50% fib. A little dip below the 50% on the move like that is okay. However, if it starts closing below and staying below the 50, I have to cut. I would have to cut losses there in order to minimize losses. It's not nice. So if it closes on a 10-minute basis below the 50% Fibonacci or 50% level, then I would have to let it go to minimize losses. I think that this thing, it's a packaged software. Yeah, technology services packaged software. So my guess is right now the market likes packaged software and what's the other, software, and then I think it kind of goes back and forth between software and hardware. So right now, so far in this earnings season, companies that have reported that are packaged software have done well. My guess is this morning that TEAM will dip down, maybe come close to that 75% level, and then continue upward for the rest of the day. And a target on that price, 483. It's possible that TEAM team could get to $483 today, if it obeys the Fibonacci's, which would be great. Okay, U.S. Steel. U.S. Steel, this is interesting. Great earnings report. Earnings beat the street. Huge year-over-year numbers, but I think a lot of that has to do with the reopening, essentially. U.S. Steel reported Q3 non-GAAP net income. What's non-GAAP? That's weird. I wonder why. Net income of 5.36 per share. It's really good, reversing a net loss of $1.21 per share a year earlier, as net sales rose 155% year over year to $5.96 billion for the 3 months ended September 30th. Business is getting cranked back up again, and U.S. Steel is definitely one of those names that is going to be affected as industrials crank up after a reopening. So the same strategy applies to this one as the TEAM. Imagine that this one might move a little bit more slowly. I think the shares outstanding on this. Shares outstanding on U.S. Steel is only 270 million. That's actually a lot lower than I anticipated. Let's see. For TEAM, outstanding shares is 250 million. So these two might actually, in percentage terms, behave in a rather similar manner. You can see over here right now, TEAM is up roughly 10%, and U.S. Steel is up roughly 9%. So that price action on these two stocks might be quite similar today. And so again, just in the same scenario or the same vein as TEAM, I'll be trading. If I'm trading U.S. Steel, then I'll be looking for the same setup, or it dips down, comes back up for either the open, the 75. Oops, let me erase that. A little bit too low. Down past the 75 and back up past the 75, or in between the 61.8 and the 50. And so which one of these I'd trade today, it kind of depends on which one's behaving well. So if either one of them just opens up and starts running, I don't really have an entry. Buying the open for a gap and go on a momentum trade, that's one thing. But buying the open on a stock that's up pre-market, 10% and 9%, is a little tricky when stocks like this tend to not make moves much bigger than that on any given day. The moves actually tend to be quite a bit smaller than that. So, a buy the open is a pretty tough thing to do. That's the only scenario where I don't see being able to trade these, though. Otherwise, a small pullback and a run back up, on both of these is most likely. It could come down to the lower levels here on the Fibonacci, but if they do, I have an eye on them. So, in one of the two, if the odds are that one of the two will behave well with price action. So if they do, I'll get one of the two. If they both do, then I'll get one of the two. If only one of them does, then I'll get the one that does. If neither of them do, then I'll do my best to get out of it. If I say average into the 61.8, between the 61.8 and the 50, then I'll do my best to minimize my losses. So, which means being able to recognize that I'm wrong quickly. Okay, GFAI is small cap momentum. Interesting story behind this one. It's announced a strategic partnership. The TradingView doesn't have the news that Street Smart Edge does. So real quick here, Guideforce AI announces strategic partnerships, engages M2 Group to lead strategic investor relations and shareholder communications program. And really, that's kind of all you need to know. The article goes into some detail on, for example, MZ Group will work closely with Guideforce Management to develop and implement a comprehensive capital market strategy designed to increase the company's visibility throughout the investment community. Okay, the campaign will highlight how Guideforce is leveraging its nearly 40 years of experience in the security industry to build a leading robot-as-a-service solution powered by artificial intelligence and managed by intelligent online robotics platform. This is all good and well. That's good news. Yeah, they're working with basically a PR firm. A communications. There's probably some investing going on. It's a PR campaign for this stock in order for it to be able to raise cash for operations. Let's see, it's based out of Thailand, which is Bangkok, Thailand. Which I'm a little bit encouraged to see that it's not in China. I mean, God, an AI-powered security Chinese robot. Talk about the Terminator scenario. So anyway. Will this thing give opportunities for investment today? Yes, I do. I think it will. Will this create a sustained move for GFAI? I doubt it. I think this is going to be a momentum play. And it's going to be, pick your entries as it breaks to new highs, take profits quickly, use the momentum, use the when you see the rounds of buying coming in on your level 2, sell into the buying. All right, everybody. Good luck out there. Well, actually, let me go over the. Let's see. Okay, so let's pull down the SPX here. So I have a risk range on the S&P, kind of top out at 4609. And then there's support at 4465, and that translates roughly to the SPY at 460 for a kind of a high end move, and then finding support somewhere around 447, 446, something like that. So today, I don't want to short this market, So if I start getting pullbacks, over the next couple of days, they will be buying opportunities, but we'll see what happens. The VIX is at the high end of its range today. Here we have, the VIX pre-market. So I have a high end range on the VIX here at 17.87, and it hit it pre-market, and then it started to fall away. At the low end of the VIX, I have is at 14.35. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. This is pre-market action, but it'll be interesting to see what happens in the regular market. My guess is that we will see a push to continue higher highs here after this September, October, 5% correction, I think it was, from top to bottom, maybe a little bit more than 6%. Let's see here. Yeah, 6.10% correction, So, okay, the correction's in. Good. Now we get to move on with our bullish bias, which I really prefer being bullish. It's so much easier to make money on the bullish side than it is the bearish side. And then what? Oh, yeah, crypto. Let's take a look real quick. Bitcoin, it's catching a bid. Bitcoin made that new high right there. Was that on the 20th of October? And just naturally has pulled back, and is now gathering some more strength for the next leg. Let's see here. This is an interesting setup. I'm going to put a Fibonacci on this real quick. Let's see. Put it right here. And let's go. Let's put this dip right here. Let's put that at the right there. Yeah, so the next push past this recent high, it's looking like 76,000. It's probably going to get hit here within, say, I don't know, the next 29 September, 21 October month. Looks like Bitcoin is aiming for 76,000 in about the next month or so. Okay, now let's see, what else have we got? Yeah, that's pretty much it. The dollar, let's see, where's the dollar? Let's pull up the metals here. So the risk range I have in the dollar, it's at 94.11 for a high and 93.07 for a low. And the dollar is just right kind of smack dab in the middle. So there's kind of no telling, how that's going to have an effect on where it's going and what kind of effect it's going to have on the metals. Okay, everybody, good luck out there. Keep your wrist tight. Click like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, tap the bell, and I will see you at the recap, if I do a recap. I am out.